Yeah, Tease. You know that might not be a Negro spiritual, but it was up there. It
It's
was up there.
close.
It's close.
It's close.
It's really close. Let me ask you this though, Negro spiritual. Heard the song the other day.
Mhm.
What you bitches want from a nigga? Is that
Mhm.
a Negro spiritual?
Uh, it it might be, bro. You know what? It's if we saying like if it's a part of the song that everybody know, I think it can be considered a spiritual.
A Negro spiritual?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
'Cause everybody, I mean, I think if no matter where you go, no matter what side of town you from, I feel like that's a song that that
I
everybody.
feel like this. When the second verse of that song comes on, when he names all those girls' names,
Yeah,
everybody sings it in unison as we say in
yeah,
church. I believe that's Negro spiritual.
yeah. It was. I used to know it. I forgot it now.
I used to know it too.
Keisha, Leisha,
And
Tisha.
I remember when that song came out, everybody their name. I remember people was like, if your name was in that song, that means you a hoe.
I remember that. My
I
name
was
was.
like, man, oh wow, man. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, I know a song that I'm removing as a Negro spiritual only because it didn't crossed over now. Other delegations is using it too much.
What?
Swag surf. I'm
Who's
taking
using? I haven't seen anybody else using that. Who's
I'm
doing
taking
it,
it
bro?
out. I see it at these college games. I see it at I'm taking
Wow.
I'm taking it out, man. It's no longer Negro spiritual anymore.
Yeah, they when unfortunately, like when other people catch a hold of something, it don't have the same. It don't have the same.
In fact, it
Yeah, 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 yeah.
doesn't.
Now it's not cool no
It
more.
doesn't. But the other ones, I mean, the ones we've named so far, we forgot to ever keep a list because you know me and you've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah,
Forgot to write it down, but the other ones we named so far, those are Negro spirituals for real.
yeah. We
Name
gonna keep that running list. We
because
can.
you got to put dreams and nightmares up there. That's in the top five.
I don't have to. See, I don't think. I don't. I'll tell you why. I feel like there's a delegation of us who don't know that song, and we feel pressured to know that song. And those who know that song, when they come on, y'all act a fool. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. They do act the
yeah. I
fool.
think for it to be like a Negro spiritual, I feel like it has to be like cross generational.
Yeah, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I
But
used to
you know,
in
Teeth,
that
when
room.
the song comes on, everybody sings that. When the
Yeah,
beat breaks and it goes to that other part,
yeah,
everybody sings it.
yeah. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying, I think that's a song that puts too much pressure on us.
They
Yeah.
do. It put a lot of pressure on us.
Yeah. It's a I guess it's a decent song, but yeah.
Yeah,
A bunch of us that don't know it, I feel like we be getting judged because we don't know it.
that's true. Just like, okay, blow the whistle, Negro spiritual.
That's a Negro spiritual. That's
Definitely a Negro
that's a
spiritual.
cross generational song. Yeah.
There you go. That's a
Yeah.
Negro spiritual.
Yeah. That is for sure a Negro spiritual. Yeah.
Now here's I think is the Negro spiritual, but it may be it may be a Negro spiritual to maybe a certain part of the country.
Okay.
Now hear me out. Now we all grew up on this. We from the west side of Chicago. We all know this song. And people, the listeners, y'all might I would love to see what y'all think about this song. 8 Ball and MJG led now.
I think that's a Midwest thing.
That's what I'm saying.
I think that's a Midwest and probably down south, certain part down south. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it's
yeah,
just on this particular part of the country
yeah.
because that's
Because
another song.
us country people, us down south people, and Midwest people, they cousins basically. So I don't know about the East Coast and I don't know if East Coast and LA if they lay it down. I don't know if they on that like that.
That's what I'm saying. It might not be like that.
Yeah,
But I know just in our region
yeah.
and in what's that, Memphis,
Mm-hmm.
down south, yeah, because in Chicago that was an anthem. You
Mm-hmm.
remember
Mm-hmm.
that was an anthem in Chicago.
Yeah, yeah. That was. Yeah, that they played it a lot back in the day.
A whole lot.
Yeah.
Well, we have episode, what's this, Tease? 94?
3, I think.
93?
1993.
Class of 93, my 8th grade year.
1993.
Yes, sir.
I was in 6th grade.
This is 6th grade.
I was in 6th grade.
Young
Yeah.
T said 6th grade at Dodge.
I was at Dodge.
With them hoodlums. Yeah, T was at, hey y'all, T was at Dodge with them hoodlum ass niggas, boy.
I was definitely at school with the Rockwell kids. I ain't gonna lie.
Them Rockwell kids run around calling people African booty scratchers.
Hell yeah. African booty scratchers. And just like, yeah, they was rough.
Them little badass kids.
No,
Hey,
I ain't gonna lie, they was rough. Yeah.
Joe, I can't believe
Rockwell kids. Some of them still my friends. So.
Joe, that's wild. You went to Dodge, Joe. Like some people would not believe that, Joe. You went to Dodge.
I know. You know what's funny though, bro? I did not. I ain't gonna say I hated Dodge, but when I finally transferred, I felt like I was supposed to be at other school all my life.
Yeah.
I never felt like I was good enough for Dodge. I really was, let's be honest. Like I really, where do I belong? I'm really not. And we were still in the city then. I wasn't even in the suburbs then, but I knew like I was a nerd, kind of. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, don't really know if I belong. I don't really fit in. I know I'm a little awkward and
over there with those folks.
Yeah, literally.
That's funny. That is so funny, man.
Yeah.
But class of that was my 8th grade year, class of 93. Also 1993 was the Bulls' 3rd championship in 1993 against the Phoenix Suns. They won their 3rd in a row. What else happened in 93? I'm trying to think. 93 felt like a really good sports year. I know 93 used to be worn on the Bears by Trace Armstrong, who was actually the Bears head coach now, agent, and the Bears general manager. He's his agent too. What else happened in 93? So I feel like a lot of back in 93, one of my favorite college football players ever. Remember Charlie Ward?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Florida State. He went to Florida State. He won the Heisman that year. That's one of my favorite college players.
I remember him. Yeah, because he is he coaching now?
I don't know if he's coaching. I know he's doing something, but I don't know. I don't know if he's coaching. But
yeah, he was definitely a big deal in the 90s.
He could have played football, but he chose basketball instead. He played for the Knicks.
I think anybody who have a choice to play between football and basketball, if you smart, you go play basketball because you get more guaranteed money.
Yep.
You don't put your body through the same, the same stuff. So why would you go to the NFL
and do that?
Yeah, if I had a son and he had a choice, I'm gonna tell him all day. Yeah, play basketball.
You know what, Teach, though? If you ask any of them, like you ask a lot of these football players retired and got injuries, whatever, banged up, they all ask these guys, if you had to do it all over again, would you do it again? They all say yes.
Yeah, that's because they
all say yes.
That's what they love to do. So I expect them to say that,
They all said it. To do the concussions, the 12 knee surgeries, the new hips. They all say they would do it all over again because the game, because they love the game.
Yeah, yeah. I get it. That's what I'm saying. I get it. That's their sport of choice. So I get it. So
yeah.
I ain't hate, but yeah, I would tell my son for sure. Yeah, go ahead and play basketball.
Play basketball, son.
Play basketball,
son.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got episode 93. Some of that podcast. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Bam, 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 bam.
I gotta get that, bro. I gotta get that.
Yeah, we gotta get the air horns. That's the air horn.
Air horn. Yeah, I gotta get that.
But we back. I'm Coach Mo. We got Leticia over there. Shout out to you new listeners, new subscribers. This is the new year for us. You can always find all of our episodes on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. All of our episodes are downloaded on there. So pretty much wherever you listen to your podcast content, that's where we at too.
And go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Hit that button, please. Please hit
the
that button.
push the button. Yeah. That was the one of them plays on. I forgot.
It was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So Tease, first of all, talk about your New Year's Eve, like, because we didn't have a show last week. Do you do anything on New Year's Eve traditionally wise or no?
Not really. Honestly, like back in the day, I used to go to church.
Oh yeah, we did go to
I
church.
used to go to church.
Go to church.
When I became adult, I used to go out sometime. Like, I thought the last time I went out was when we went out. It might have been 2019.
Yes,
we went
yes,
to that.
yes.
I forgot where it was. Like
Park Tavern.
Park Tavern. Yeah,
Yep.
That's probably the last time I went out and like dressed up. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I didn't really do anything on Christmas. I didn't do anything on New Year's Eve. I think I was home. I was home safe and with my wine and my champagne and I made I had a charcuterie board.
Hey, hold on, time out. Say that word again.
Charcuterie.
See, this is what black folks get bougie. Black folks get bougie. Now, growing up, we just call that shit cheese and meat tray. That's it. Charcuterie now.
Yeah, I mean, I am. Anybody that knows me, I'm not English scholar, so I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's charcuterie. But yeah.
No, you're saying it right. I just can't believe that you actually. Yeah, you said it right. I just can't believe you just actually admitted that's what you did.
Yeah. You know why, bro? Here's the thing. I just learned how to say that word probably about 2 years ago.
I got you.
Maybe 3. So I'm gonna say it every time I get a chance. So
I got you. I feel you.
What you do?
So for us, shit, we almost missed the countdown.
Really?
We was in this joint sleep, Joe. We almost missed the countdown, but my daughter woke everybody up, so we didn't really do much. We had Heroes that night. Heroes. We bought some fake Welch's juice for the kids, sparkling juice, whatever, sparkling wine. I took me about a couple shots. Poured Samira a drink, made hers a little heavier, gave her a little heavier head.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was decent, man. I'm at the age now. I really don't want to do too much on New Year's Eve. I feel like I really didn't got old, so I'd rather be in the house. But yeah, last time we went out for New Year's Eve was when we was all together in 2019. But other than that, I ain't gonna say it's just another day, but it's just like.
You know what? I think too, bro. It didn't even feel like New Year. It did. The holidays felt weird this year.
It did. It felt really weird.
Maybe the weather threw us off, but like Christmas didn't seem like Christmas, and then New Year's Eve didn't seem like. I don't know. Maybe because it's a week older, and then you don't really be caring about that stuff as much no more. But
that's true.
I don't know. True. It definitely felt different. It didn't feel like the holidays like normally. I don't know. It was a different feeling. I can't describe it.
I will say this. Now the next day, I usually go over my mom and dad's house, and because my mom will cook black eyed peas, she'll cook that stuff, all the superstitious stuff that you're supposed to have the next day on New Year's Day.
A real thing, bro.
The black folks, our delegation, been practicing for years.
Everybody make the black eyed peas. I can't make them. I tried to make them. I don't know. It's something about beans that I just can't. As much as I can cook, like when I be making trying to make lima beans and stuff like that, bro, I be making like bean soup. It'd be like it's like I'm not even getting nobody this because I'm like I feel like it's just I can't never get it right. But
she said I ain't giving nobody this.
Listen, I be thinking like I hope my husband don't like black eyed peas because if he do,
he ain't gonna get it from you.
I'm in bad shape.
Ooh, girl, them black eyed peas. I'm in heaven. I
remember that episode. Yeah.
So the new for the listeners, for our non black delegation members, okay, black people have like New Year's affirmations or whatever, not quite resolutions, but affirmation. So
Mhm.
one of them is you're supposed to come into the new year on January 1st. You're supposed to have some type of money in your pocket, whether it's $1, $2. You're supposed to have money in your pocket on New Year's Day. That's one affirmation. Another one is if you with a man, you live with a man, you married or whatever, that man is supposed to enter the house first on New Year's Day. So when y'all leave out the house on New Year's Day and when y'all come back in, the man is supposed to be the first person to enter the house on New Year's Day. That's another one. Another one is, and Tease, you probably heard this one. You're really supposed to have all your clothes washed,
Your house
your,
clean.
your
Yep.
house clean on New Year's Day. That's an affirmation.
Mhm.
You got another one because I'm gonna make up my own for next year, and I'm gonna let the listeners
Hopefully, the
know.
common ones that you're supposed to have, like you're supposed to have money. You're supposed to like, because the thing is, how you start the year is how you're gonna finish it, right?
Uh huh.
That's how we. That's what they say. So yeah, the cleaning up, the black eyed peas and greens, like that's a staple. Really, that's it. Really, that's it. That I can
I,
think of that's common. I can think of.
that's
Yeah.
all the ones I can think of. Now, here's a new one that I made up, and I think everybody should practice this.
Oh boy.
I think in the new year, New Year's Day, I think everybody should get some head. Here's why. It's all about how you start the year is how you finish the year. What better way to start the year off
Oh
than getting
god.
some head? You get some head, that may bring good
Get
luck
some
for the
bread
rest of the
and
year. And the end of the year, you may bring in a new year with some more head. So I just feel like it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. So that's my
literally.
affirmation. All right, that's Coach Mo's affirmation.
Okay. That's that it, and that's where we are in 2024.
That's where we are. I'm telling you, everyone out there try it. Or I know it's January 8th. I mean January
We
10th.
got a little time.
I hope by now everybody done had some sex, for the 2024. But again, try some head on December 31st, 2024. Do it right before midnight. Okay,
Okay. Good luck with
that's
that, y'all.
that's my information. All right. A lot of you probably agree with me. If let me know if you do.
I'm
Let
sure
this
the guys
episode.
will not disagree.
Now, even the guys, there's some women out here too who be on. Hey,
True, true, true,
they,
true. It's some,
hey, don't get it,
it's some old freaks.
don't get it twisted. Women got munions. They got munchers. Okay,
Yeah, they do. They do.
you know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean.
mean,
And they out here. They out here.
yeah. I'm sure some ladies that appreciate a good
Muncher,
for sure.
a munion.
Not a million. You just making up stuff this year, huh, bro?
Oh man, a munion. Boy, that shit. Hey,
Oh
them,
my
as
god.
they say, them young kids crazy, man. They crazy. Young kids crazy.
Keep making up.
But yeah. So, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Um, I didn't really do I didn't do my vision thing yet. Um, which my books are coming soon, y'all. Who people have been asking me, and
Oh shit.
my 2024 version's coming soon. I had a lot of stuff going on at the end of the year that kind of delayed me getting them printed. So they will be printed this month. So I should have them and I will get them to everybody soon. But you know what? I mean, I had 2023 wasn't too bad, you know what I'm saying? And I think 2024, honestly, what's on my list is reevaluating my career.
Hmm.
Whether or not I want to stay doing what I'm doing, and if not, like I need to start making the changes to my next step. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I've always been somebody that's been like, I'm not a person that job hop at all. Like, I like to be comfortable. I like to be stable. I like to know that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been at my job. I was like, my first job, I was there for 15 years. You know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah. Yeah.
I was there for 6 years. I've been this current job for like 4 years. So I like to be stable, but at the same time, like, you know, even though we like in our 40s, it's still time to change if I want to. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
and I just want to have like a job that doesn't don't mind working hard, but I don't like being stressed. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. I like
I
that.
don't I don't mind going working hard, but I'm at a point now, bro. Like I want to enjoy. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be begrudgingly, you know what I'm saying, and just like I just don't want to.
Of
I want
course,
yeah, I want to enjoy. I want to enjoy life and like what I'm doing. So
you want things. You want things to be a little more simpler in 2024, and I get it. I
yeah.
get it. I get it.
Oh, so yeah, that's what I'm. That's on my number one thing on my vision board this year is to, you know, think about career choices. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that.
All right, so y'all, when T's come back and make this announcement, she got a new gig and she making 200K.
Listen,
Hey,
listen. Y'all think this hair big? You gonna
you
feel
think
it.
this hair big?
Y'all ain't gonna see it. Y'all ain't gonna be ready for them inches when I get that get that young raise.
Hey, she ain't even gonna want to talk to y'all no more.
Listen, I will. I have a new mic and everything. I'm be brand new. Seriously.
Y'all heard her? Brand new.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna act like I ain't. Yeah, yeah. But anyway, did you do one, bro?
I don't really do them.
A lot of
Resolute
guys don't do it. Why don't y'all like
because I just feel like I don't know, like the whole resolution thing, like it starts off cool like the first 6 weeks of the year.
mhm,
And then as you said earlier, like sometimes life happens, life get to
mhm,
life and stuff happens and then sometimes you just fall off. So I try not to do resolutions. What I try to do is maybe try to set a goal each quarter, uh,
mhm,
one minor goal for this quarter, and then a major goal for the next quarter. So
mhm,
for I might try to do that, but
mhm.
yeah, I don't really do resolutions anymore. I stopped doing it.
I feel like I get what you're saying. I feel like in our like age now, I think the resolutions are more goal oriented. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, it's more so a goal or a thing it's more specific. Like it's not something simple. Like yeah, everybody want to lose weight, everybody want to save, but
yeah,
as we get older, it's like you said, I need to save 5,000 by you know by this month. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be more strategic and more on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like it just can't be
exactly.
otherwise, you won't do it. You won't do it. It just be on your board next year. You know what I'm saying? So
You won't do it. You won't do it. And I think, like my daughter, she did a vision board and she
mhm,
showed us on New Year's Eve. I think it's cool for the young kids to actually believe in that because it kind of gives them like goals also as young kids, and then when they get to college, they have the same thing. But
mhm.
um,
I'm gonna
you know,
give up
it's
my books when they come.
what's that?
I'm gonna give up one of my books when
Oh
they come.
yeah, because
I think
she'll
she'll
love that
like
type of
it.
stuff.
I think she'll like it. Yeah.
She'll love that type of stuff, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. Like she got it on her. She's got a dry erase board on her wall, so like she puts certain stuff up there, and I think that's cool. You know, I don't knock anybody who set resolutions. I just hate the folks that be talking about some new year, new me. I
Yeah.
mean, you've been
Not
saying that shit, fam, since 2015, and
right.
you still busting it open, talking
And
about some
you're
new
really
year,
not
new
doing
me.
anything to change. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, ain't nothing changed.
yeah.
You still a hoe. Uh, dude, you still broke. Uh,
Mm.
you still terrible ass daddy. Like, it's still it's ain't nothing going on. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
People like
So
to say that stuff, but if you're not going to actually like put some effort into changing, like you said, what's the purpose of even doing it? Or even saying
exactly.
it, you know what I'm saying? Because change is more than just mouth work. Pause. You know, I mean,
That was crazy, but yeah, yeah.
y'all know what I mean. That's what I mean. Like it's more than just saying it. Like you got to actually do. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, you do.
yeah, it's I'm ready. I mean, technically, this still my year 42. That's what I want to say. What
Uh-oh.
I mean, I don't know what it is about turning our 40s, bro, where it's just like it seemed like time is just sped up. Like I
Hey,
feel like I just turned 42 and I'm already like 6 months and
fam.
43. Like, what's going on?
Fam, when you go when them 40s come, fam, listen, on your birthday is July 5th,
Third.
third. I get
Mm-hmm.
you and my best friend mixed up. You the third.
Mm-hmm.
So I guarantee you, when you turn your birthday year, guess what's gonna happen in September? You're gonna be
What?
like, God damn,
I
I'm getting
know,
close to my 40.
bro.
I'm telling
Bro.
you, bro. Hey,
I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like, I can't believe, like, I'm like, I barely I mean, that's how you know, like, you have to be like not wasting time no more.
you
You know what I'm
can't,
saying? We don't have
yeah,
time to waste. That's
you
why I'm like,
can't.
I need to be intentional on what I want to do. And if I want to change careers, do it now. Like, you
Do
ain't
it
got
now.
sitting there twiddling your thumbs. Like,
No,
figure it
no.
out and knock it out and get to going. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you might as well, like, for everybody. Listen, y'all. I've been in my 40s for 4 years now. Okay, you might as well. People who not in your 40s or got some little time before you get to your 40s, do all the shit you want to do, because I'm telling you, when you get them 40s, it do hit a little different.
Man,
It hit different. It hit different.
time just be flying, man.
Time flying. Like I'm 44. And I'm looking around the corner and I'm 6 years away from 50. And Lord be it, I want to see what 50 gonna look like.
That's crazy. You know what else it is too, bro? Like, we in our 40s, and not compare us to our parents in our 40s. Like, I feel like we are not mature as they were.
No.
You know, I joked with you the other day. I was like, because like all my friends, y'all kids, like at college and stuff, and it's like funny to me because I'm like, y'all not mature.
Not mature at all. Not mature at
Why do y'all have kids in college? Like,
all. Yeah.
like, it's just funny because it's just like y'all my friends, but it's just funny that I have kids. I have friends with kids in
With
college,
kids, right. And
kids
being
in
parents.
high
Like we
school.
real
I'm
parents.
like, y'all ain't even for real. Like, it's just funny. It's just funny to me. Like, our parents seem like mature. Like, I feel
Yes.
like our 40s, like, I feel like we ain't mature as they was.
No. No, I agree with you, Tease. I kind of
Yeah.
agree with that. I agree with you. We ain't as mature as them. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, New Year's resolution. Shout out to everybody who doing them, and I wish everybody, luck with getting it done with the New Year's resolutions. Because for some people do live their life goal oriented. Like their life is set up based upon reaching goals.
Yeah.
And I actually applaud people who live like that, because it's tough, because man, you don't make a goal, you might get frustrated, you might say the hell with it. Some people
Mhm.
have goals where when it comes to their career, where they be like, man, in the 6 month, I want to be promoted, or
Right.
in the
Right.
6 month, I want to do something else with in the
Mhm.
job. So, shout out to those people who live their life like that. I think that's beautiful to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I definitely, I'm definitely a person that try to stick or stay on top of my goals. So,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So since the new year hit, I mean, it seemed like in the world of entertainment, it's just been off the chain, and we're only in day 10.
Mhm.
And it seemed like we've had, in the 10 days of this new year, we've had wild shit happening.
Mhm.
Hot takes galore, sound bites galore, podcasts, revelations, and everything since we started this new year. Our friend Katt Williams broke the internet
Mhm.
in 48 hours with his appearance on Club Shay Shay's podcast. I know people focus on like the clips that they were showing, but if you actually took the time to listen to that almost 3 hour podcast, it's a lot of stuff in there he talked about that was really profound. I never knew he was that smart. Like I don't
Mhm.
want to say it like he dumb, but I just never knew he was. I just never knew he was that well spoken. Like
Mhm.
a lot of stuff he says, I didn't know he was, because we think of comedians, tease, we think they goofy all the time,
Mhm.
like they always never serious. But
Mhm.
he's had an interesting life. He's been around a long time. He's seen a lot. I can tell that when it comes to certain people, he kind of can see through the bullshit with certain people. And a lot of people don't like that, because Katt Williams has always been a dude that kind of told it like he see it. um, but I thought the interview was good. I know it broke the internet over what? How many million now? 31 million views? Or
30 something billion. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I know in 24 hours it did what, 18 million? Or
Yeah, it was wild. It was close to 20 million. Yeah.
yeah, it was crazy. You know, I know people focus on like the stuff that the juicy stuff, and which is right because a lot of stuff he was saying about people, a lot those people he was talking about, Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, Tiffany Haddish, whoever. Those are a lot of people's favorite people.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people like them, so I see people was getting upset or whatever. But before we talk about certain things of what he talked about certain people, did you like the interview? What you thought about the interview?
I did.
Okay.
I'm a Katt Williams fan, so a lot of
Mhm.
the stuff that he was saying is not like it wasn't new to me because he's been saying this in some sort since he really came out. Honestly, since
Mhm.
since his like first couple like popular ones that I can remember probably almost 15, 20 years ago. Um he's been saying this in some sort. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been hinting, not even hinting, he's been saying these things. You know what I'm saying? He I have never heard him go this in depth like he did this on an interview, but
Mhm.
he's absolutely said these things before. And he hasn't said anything different than what Dave Chappelle
Mhm.
says on several occasions. Like Dave has said things like this. So he's this is not new. It wasn't new for me. So I enjoyed it because I do like Katt Williams as a comedian. So
I do too.
yeah,
I
I didn't
do
think it was anything. I wasn't surprised by what he said because I felt like he's had him and Steve Harvey been at it for a long time.
They have. They
People
have.
forget that they had like a whole little show, like a little
Yeah.
standoff, and Katt
Yeah.
Williams killed them. So
He destroyed them.
yeah,
Cooked them. He cooked them.
cooked them. Yeah, fried.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did. He did.
yeah. So yeah, I thought it was good.
Um, the part. Let's talk about the joke stealing.
Mm-hmm.
And, he referenced Cedric Entertainer had took a joke that he did, and people, one thing about the internet, boy, they bring up some receipts.
They gonna search.
They gonna search. They gonna dig and find.
Yeah.
But Katt Williams said it was a joke that he did, and it was the joke about backing up. When you backing up, how you got to cut the car off, cut the sound off. You got to act like you cool and all that, whatever. So I remember the joke that said that he did it at the Kings of Comedy,
Mm-hmm.
and when he did it, it was funny because I've
Mm-hmm.
never heard it before, obviously at that time. But Katt Williams said that was his joke.
Mm-hmm.
Katt Williams said I did that joke. Cedric stole it from me. Now I have homies, buddies that are in the comic game who've been in the game for over 20 years, and they've told me that stealing jokes is like a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they've told me that some bigger comics, got bigger names, will steal jokes from other comics who don't have that much of a name,
Right.
like local comics, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they told me the problem is that if you steal that joke and that joke blows up, somebody can potentially say, "Hey man, that's my joke," and they may eventually pull up the proof that's my joke. And here we have it. When Katt Williams said what he said, somebody actually pulled up the joke, put it on the internet, and then the internet got to talking again, and then it was like, "Damn, said bogus," blah blah blah. For me, on that particular um, um, moment of the interview, I was like, when I saw the video, I was like, yeah, Katt said it. He said it a little differently. I think personally, Cedric just executed the joke better,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion. But he clearly used the joke.
Mm-hmm.
He clearly used the whole concept. He just did it better, in my opinion. What you think
Yeah.
about
Well,
that particular part?
I think Said was more established at that than him at the time.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I think that, yeah, his delivery was better. And I think that I think that Sid had already acknowledged that with Katt. You know, I think Katt problem was just the interview that were. I just think I think he don't really say it in outright, but I think a part of him feels like slighted. You know what I'm saying about not not receiving some of the same glory as some of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
But even in said defense, like even as much as I like Katt and the interview I thought was good, in said defense, I feel like um that's one joke. That one joke didn't make his career. You know what I'm saying? Like Sid put in a lot of work to become Cedric the Entertainer, and who
Right.
he's a household name. You know what I'm saying? And so he's done movies, he's done TV shows, and you know he's been consistent working. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't going to belittle. That didn't change my view of Sid. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
messed up, and I know like you said, joke stealing is a real thing, and I know when you're a comedian, that's your bread and butter. So I get it, but I don't think that joke made or break would have changed, who said it was gonna be. And I don't think that joke, you know, changed anything for not, Sam making it popular. I don't think it changed anything for Katt Williams too. I think their trajectory is gonna still be the same.
I do too.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, understand like it's a competitive, like almost a sport, you know what I'm saying? And I get it. And you don't want anybody, when you're doing something like that and that's your craft, creativity
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
originality, that's what sets you apart. So I get it, but I think that I think a lot of this is just built up stuff that Katt needs to get out. You know what I'm saying? And I think he was just, on a large level, just letting people know this how it really is in comedy,
And true. And I don't think I'm sorry, Katt said all that because he's jealous. I don't
Yeah, I don't think he does.
He don't come off as jealous to me.
Yeah.
Like when he talks about this stuff, it doesn't come off as jealousy. It comes off to me is that he was asked a question, he's being honest, and he gives his honest opinion. Mm-hmm. Like Katt Williams is not broke. Katt Williams is I think he's okay. I think he's done well off for himself. But I also think, and maybe you can agree or disagree, I just don't think everybody's necessarily good for Hollywood.
I don't think he is either.
And I don't think he is. But that don't mean he's jealous. Level.
Yeah, I don't think he's just. I'm when I'm saying like I don't know if I think there's a part of him that I just think he wants the respect. And I think he's just a person, he's a straight shooter. You know what I'm saying? If he feel like y'all on that line, he can't hold it in.
No, he can't. He can't
hold it in. So I mean, I think some people, like you said, some people are made for Hollywood. I think Sid is made for Hollywood.
Yeah.
And Bernie Mac was made for Hollywood.
And
right. That Katt isn't, because he's had some spots here and there where that were good, but when it comes to we know how Hollywood is. I don't know that he has to be in Hollywood in a sense of things like where he can still control the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That he has creative control. Otherwise, he's not. I don't think he's good with taking orders.
I don't think so either. And everybody's, and Tish, you know this, everybody's not like that. Everybody, right. Like Corey Holcomb's not like that. And you cannot tell me Corey Holcomb is not one of the funniest motherfuckers on this world. He is hilarious. Yeah. But again, maybe he's just not built for Hollywood.
Right.
Because like you just said,
he's built for it, but Hollywood ain't built for him. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't just gonna tell him to do something and he gonna do it.
Yeah.
No, he's not doing that. He's not doing that. And I think Katt is the same way. He's just not gonna do that. Mm-hmm. People will, he brought up Kevin Hart. He talks about Kevin Hart wearing a dress, but he talked about before all that happened, nobody really knew who Kevin Hart was. He didn't really, he just came to Hollywood, came to LA, and all of a sudden, boom, he gets a TV show. I didn't even know about that. I had no idea he had a TV show.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember hearing about it like early on when he first started coming on the scene.
Yeah.
But again, the same thing was said. Like I agree with everything that Katt was saying. I understand what he was saying, but I feel like I can't be mad at Kevin Hart for taking the road that he took. Like Kevin Hart, when he was calling him a plant, I
Call
don't,
it plant.
I don't even really necessarily say that he's a plant. It's just he's somebody made for Hollywood. His personality, you know what I'm saying, that can cross over. He's somebody that's gonna make money for them. He's not
He's
gonna he's not gonna
he's safe.
he's
He's safe.
safe. He isn't, but bro, we talked about this before. That same thing translates in corporate America.
Yeah, it does.
Same thing translates to corporate America. Some people, there's a reason why some people, when it comes to black people in corporate America, there's a certain it's a certain people, it's the safe ones that are the ones that really make it up. If you come in there with your afro, you militant, your Black Panther shirt on, they not going to they not going, you know what I'm saying? Like
Uh-huh.
and it shouldn't matter because I'm doing my work, but they can, in their mind, you're gonna be problematic because you're gonna serve resistance. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
It's the same. That same thing translates, in a
And
real.
it's and I kind of think that's what Katt Williams was kind of like alluding to, is that Hollywood knows
For sure.
who to seek
Well,
out,
so,
and yeah, they know that. He brought up the guys in Hollywood wearing dresses, guys in Hollywood, being quote unquote compromised, and people were saying like, everybody in Hollywood can't just make it because they sucked a little dick or they did something, whatever. But here's the thing. We've all heard the weird stuff about Hollywood.
right.
We've all heard people actually confess about other grown men being propositioned.
Mhm.
We've heard it. We've heard at these parties, at what they so-called industry parties. We've all heard, and again, it goes back to, like I was texting you, it goes back to that position of power. These producers, these Hollywood producers, these big name producers, they do have the power to tell you, I'll make sure you never work in this town again. That's
Yeah.
a real thing.
Mhm.
That's a real thing. And if you at a place in your life where you trying to make it big, some people have decisions to make.
Mhm.
Some people, I'm not saying this is what Kevin Hart did. I'm not saying the people who made this what they did, but I think I'm gonna be honest with you, I think a lot of dudes in situations like that, where if they're on the cusp of trying to be big and they're trying to really make it, and one of them people in Hollywood asks them to do something, I believe some of them dudes might be like, man, he can grab my ass, or man, I might suck a little dick. I just gargle on some Listerine later or something. I think it happens. How much of it goes on, we'll probably never know. But I think it does happen in Hollywood. I really do. And I really think it happens to black men. I, I think that. That's just me.
I think because we're black and we see black men, we think it's only black men. But I think when we look at Hollywood as a whole, um, there are a lot of white dudes that wore dresses too, that were A-listers, they had dresses and makeup and had gay scenes. Like, it's a lot of them, bro. You can go from Matt Damon to
Well, it's a lot.
Patrick Swayze,
It's a lot.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, the list can go on and on as far as, like, you know what I'm saying. Those who have other non-black people. But I understand what you're saying. Like, it's black men. It seems like that it has to be that road for us. But I think it's a Hollywood thing. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a Hollywood weird thing, that how they kind of control people. You know what I'm saying? And it's a way of saying what can we get away with. I feel like how far can we take it? You know what I'm saying?
Yep. What can we do? Like, how
Yeah.
far are you gonna let us do this? Um, I think, just to kind of end on what Katt was saying. I think Katt was saying the bigger picture for him in his life. He's good no matter what.
Right.
He's good no matter what, and he was basically saying, "I'm a good actor. My range is wide. Pause. I can pretty much play any role," and he's shown that. And the big thing for me, everybody that he had an opinion on, nobody called him a liar.
Mm-mm.
not one person said he was lying.
They just was like, that was old, or
Yeah,
they
yeah.
deflected from it and tried to
Yep.
take a positive twist to it, but they didn't say he was lying.
Nobody said he was
I
lying.
picked that right away. I'm like, with everything they was saying, like nobody refuted what he was saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I was in not the barber shop. I was in a cigar shop last week, and this older guy was in there, and he was talking about the Katt Williams interview. It's just funny hearing the older guy talking about it. But he said I got my phone out and I see the little thing come across my phone. He said I just started watching the clips, and he was like, the one thing that really bothered him about the interview is that he just hate to see two superstar powerful brothers arguing each other, going back and forth with each other in front of company. And he was like,
yeah.
He told me, he was like, I'm older than you. He was like, that's just something you shouldn't do amongst each other, because what it does is it makes us look weak. Meaning that he was saying how like this is what they want. He said even though it's entertainment, it shows again a lack of what? I said what? Unity. So he was, he was a deep older guy. He like in his 60s, but he's still connected to everything, whatever. But he was just saying he just hate to see that. He said even though everything Katt Williams might have been saying was true, he was just saying you don't do that in front of company. So I understand what he meant. I get what he meant.
I get that approach too. I get that. But I just also too, I also feel like, bro, too, like it's not, I feel like Black people are always we always restrictive in what we can do because we worry about what everybody else gonna think. Like those is real feelings. You know what I'm saying? This is real things that happen to him. This is how he really think about the situation. So, who cares if white people don't look at it and say something? You know what I'm saying? This, but we always have this cloud about how we have to be in front of company. And I get it too. Like we always want to show unity, but sometimes it ain't unity. Sometimes we pissed off. White boys talk about each other all the time. They don't have nobody says when Joe Biden and Donald Trump going at each other, they don't say, look at the white people not being in unity.
I do. I say, look at white on white crime.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I know what you said. I know what you said.
But yeah, it's just, yeah, I get it though. I get it.
And he Katt Williams, people didn't know he had a tour going on. People was like, oh, he coming out with a tour, but he had been on this tour. Like it started already.
Yeah.
He was just making his rounds
in
different cities, and people was asking him to come on their show.
Yeah.
I don't think he does anything to be relevant. I just don't. He don't come off as that type of guy.
Yeah. I mean, even when Dave Chappelle, I think Dave Chappelle might be on tour now. Like there are people that speak for themselves. So if you're a Katt Williams fan and you're a Dave fan, when they say Dave is gonna be in your town, you just go.
You just go.
If you're a Dave fan, if Katt gonna be in your town, you just go. That's how he's been able to stay relevant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And Shannon Sharp was saying like, he had got wind from his people that Katt was in town, and he reached out and was like, hey, can you, stop by? Can you do the show?
Well, he said
he did the show.
Trying to do it for like 2 years. So
yeah, that's what he said. He's been trying to get him.
Yeah, they finally got to it. So
and it was a great interview. It was great. It was great. It was one of those interviews that was good for the culture. And the last thing, hey, the memes. Hey, listen here, man. I'll be here for the memes. The memes. People be getting their shit off on the memes.
They be quick with it too.
They be quick with it. Talking about if I seen you this, that means you stole from me. Like that.
Right.
I love the memes, man. They got them off.
Yeah. There was some funny ones that came out of this one.
There was some. What's the one you posted about? That means I'm losing you. What is it?
It was the Titanic. It was just Titanic pic. It was just, but that one wasn't really had to do with the interview. But it was just.
But that was funny though.
If I send you this, that means I'm about to let you go, my boy.
Yeah, them. Hey, these memes are funny. I fuck with these memes.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah.
So, hey, keep the memes coming, internet people.
Yeah, tag me. I love foolishness.
Yeah, tag me on all the memes, everybody, because I'm gonna steal them shits and post them because they be funny to me. Moving on. Oh, Your boy was in the news.
Yeah, guess who's back?
Hey everybody, this is
John
Letitia's.
John's back.
Hey, John John's Letitia's guy. So we're gonna let Letitia tell y'all what happened to John John over the last week.
Don't do that. What?
Go ahead, T. Tell the people what happened to John John.
Jonathan Majors had his first interview.
AKA John John.
He had his first interview since this whole, what do you call it? Phone gate from earlier last year. So he had an interview on Good Morning America. And so he didn't go into too much detail, and I figured he wouldn't because his sentence is still pending. So
right.
He probably didn't want to say too much, but he hadn't said anything the whole time, like publicly. So if you haven't seen it, it's about 15-20 minutes on YouTube. You can watch it. But he kind of just talked about, and he said that he was surprised by the verdict. He couldn't believe that what was presented. I mean, we all were. We absolutely, I think the majority of people looked at that stuff and thought he was railroaded, right?
Yeah.
Whether or not he's a psycho in real life, when we're dealing with this situation, that's what people like to cloud things, bro. Like bring up other stuff. He wasn't on trial for his life. He was on trial specifically for whether or not he kicked her ass in the car.
Yeah.
And from what was presented and from what the witnesses and what we saw, he didn't. And so I felt like they wanted to make an example out of him. And it's unfortunately that the DA there is a black man too, who's been known for kind of make examples of the other black men. That's what I've heard. I don't know how true it is, but that's a buzz around that guy. So anyway, he said he was surprised. He hopes to work in Hollywood again. He said he is confident that he did not, hit that lady. He said,
I believe him.
Am I an asshole? Sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I believe that too.
Was I cheating? Sure. You know what I'm saying? So but he was like, but we heard, she was recording him, and to me it didn't really put him in a bad light as much as you kind of just proved his point when you come home drunk. Like the whole Coretta thing was we'll talk about the whole Coretta thing. Like I feel like that was stupid to even tell a white lady to try to be Coretta. But in the meat of it, I understand what he was saying. He was just telling her, you gotta chill. Like I'm trying to be a next level dude, and if you're gonna be by my side, the women by me gotta you can't be out like you do. You know what I'm saying? So I think the internet just blew it out, and I got some other thoughts too, because people were dragging it, and I think a lot of black women are upset about the fact that he had a white girlfriend. He's probably dated all white girls most of his life. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a lot of bitterness around that, and then it's the bitterness of being mad and making good, because it's like they always want black women after the white women,
all the time.
Pass them over, and I'm just like, well, I mean, he's black, and then but here's the thing: this whole time, even Katt Williams talked about his features. Right?
Yeah.
So imagine him with the same features without no money growing up. Let's be real, bro.
Yeah,
you know that job in the neighborhood was making fun of that man.
Who?
I'm seeing like black people. That's just like it's the dark skinned jokes with the black African booty scratcher. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know y'all talking about his nose, and people have called him ugly since the beginning. So why are you calling somebody, if it's a black people who the ones calling you ugly, and then you mad because it's a white girl? You kind of make it make sense.
Yeah.
You gotta pick one. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll talk like everybody call him, say he's obsessed with the civil rights. You know what I'm saying? Like this is black people doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? So he in a weird position. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, we don't really be nice to each other, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
bro said yes. Yeah, I gotta think she's been my Coretta.
He gotta think for Coretta. I don't know what it is, but I don't think it was disrespectful. I think he was just trying to think of women that were classy and dignified. That's how I took it.
To be fair, I do understand the reasoning why he said that. To be fair,
absolutely.
But come on, the cynic. Let's have fun with this. The cynic and the essence of doing a podcast. It's funny that he told a European white woman,
Yeah.
I need you to be more like
I mean, that was
Coretta
stupid.
and
She
Michelle.
yeah, I mean, do she even know who Coretta is?
I guarantee you she didn't know who the fuck
She
was.
only she probably I'm sure she know Michelle Obama because they
Right.
are younger, but not I mean to be honest too, that lady from her text messages, her text exchanges, hearing her talk, like I'm like, she doesn't sound too bright. Like she
Well,
seems a little slow.
when
So
I heard her voice and I realized that she was not even from America, and
yeah,
then again, like you said, she did sound slow.
she sounds slow, which made me be like, Jonathan, are you slow? You know what I'm saying? To be quite honest
Man,
with you, you know, I don't know.
but that's fair to say that because, geez, I know what made it really funny because I was thinking about Bubba Dub and I was when he said I want you to be more like Coretta, and I was thinking Bubba Dub would be like Coretta Scott rolling over in her grave. Man, hey, man, listen. I don't think he did that shit. Like I don't think he did, and I'm not gonna say railroaded because it could have been worse. Like he wasn't like you said, he wasn't on for trial for murder or whatever. However, what I don't like is that now he's going to be looked at differently now by peers, by the perception that he's going to get now. So he's going to have to work hard to fight that perception. What I don't like is, and you black women, not all y'all, but a lot of y'all in these comments, y'all have to stop saying, oh, because he down now, he wants sympathy. Now he want to go to a black woman. We don't know what type of relationship him and Megan Good has always had.
Right.
I don't think they just clearly just met one day on social media and was like, hey, I'm going to be here for you. I want to date you. Clearly they had history before.
Right.
Clearly they've known each other.
Right.
So I just hate when the black women just get on there and be like,
oh, and then really throwing strays at Megan, bro.
I know that I just don't. But like we don't know their history.
Yeah.
And then again, if they together in a relationship, she's supposed to be there for him.
Right. But what do you want him to do? You talk about the one with a white girl, and he goes to a black woman, and then we're mad he's with black women. Like I know how the optics look. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I get it. Like you down bad, so you want a black woman, but Megan Good is not a down bad person. Like her show just got renewed.
Yes,
she's good.
She's doing good.
I don't feel like people be like, it's not a good look for her, and I can't look at her the same. Why? Like, if the worst thing you can do is be mad at her for dating somebody that you don't even know, like that's what's gonna make you not watch her show because she's dating somebody you don't know. That's stupid.
It's stupid.
We have dated people that don't have jobs, that use your car and pick you up from work with no gas, that's got 5 kids, that's constantly throwing off your pH. I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, and you're mad at Megan Good because she's getting, young man strokes. You got to be kidding me.
Constantly throwing off your pH.
Constantly, consistently, and you're mad. Like, come on, like that's too bitter for me, bro. Like, it's not that serious to me. Why would I be mad at Megan Good because she dating somebody that, you know what I'm saying, used to date a white girl? Megan Good is like a black white girl, but if we honest,
she is a black white girl.
she's like that valley girl. That's a suburban girl. So to me, like he probably need that kind of black girl. Like to me, it makes sense.
She is a black white girl, and I feel like I'm glad she's with him because I feel like he's different than what her husband was. Again, John definitely had a type. We and again, John, again, his background maybe is a little different. We always talk about the brothers who, grew up around white, so that's what they're gonna date. I can see him like that in the school he was at. It's nothing but
Yale. I mean,
yeah, I can see that.
I
I
don't
can
think
see
he
it.
was around cultural, and that might be, bro, because he, even though he's black, he's clearly black. He
Mhm.
probably, his features more black than the rest of us. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes,
But
real talk.
I think that um, I don't think he probably wasn't integrated with the culture a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
he's probably, that not saying that there's not black people in theater and stuff like that, but he seems like a true theater head. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely,
he
absolutely.
was engrossing, and if you watched his previous work, you can tell he was somebody that studied his craft. You know what I'm saying? He's really good. He's a really good actor. So I think that he probably wasn't around like black people like that in that sense,
Hmm.
like culturally, and maybe that's why he's obsessed with like the civil rights movement, because that's all white folks know is civil rights. Like, that's as far as their history goes. So maybe being with somebody like Megan, and
That's
being
all they know.
will force him to be more involved in the culture. I'm just not ready to give up on all brothers. Like I get how it looks, and I get sisters what they saying, but I just hope that, if all the brothers come home,
Come home,
come
brothers.
on
You
home. Like,
come on home, brothers.
come on home.
That's the
Kanye,
name.
time
That's
for
the
you to
name
come
of this
on
episode.
home.
We're gonna
Yeah.
name this episode "Come On Home, Brothers."
Come on home, brothers. Just like, we and then because listen, bro, how many single black women is it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't you
yeah.
want them to come back?
Come on home. Hey,
So
hey. What Martin say? Sister then took a walk on the wild side.
I mean, that was so stupid.
Oh, that entire episode was so funny, man.
Came the other day, I was picking up. Yeah.
He said, ain't this a blip? This sister that took a walk on the wild side. You can always come on home. Come on home, sisters. Sisters,
Oh,
brothers.
all that for a ticket. All that for a ticket. That was so stupid.
For a ticket, Joe. A ticket. Man, oh
Yeah.
man. But hey,
So
look.
that was it for Jonathan, though.
John, hey man, word to John. We with you, bro. But don't no more Coretta, please. Like
I get what he's saying, but he just, for the sake of the internet not, talking about him no more, he gotta get another analogy.
they it,
Makes you feel bad though, bro. And
wow.
if we're thinking about it, why is that the first woman that he got to think of? All these black women in the world, that he could have used for example. He had to reach all the way back to Coretta Scott King to
He
say,
went all the way back. All the way back to Coretta Scott King. He basically, I think again, it's the whole I'm a powerful or I'm a well-known black. He was well-known. Barack Obama was a president, well-known, powerful, but he always had those two great men had black women that stood next to them and was holding them up when they was getting beat down. They was their rock. That was their, and I think that's what he was referenced to. But you just don't use that reference to no lily white girl. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man.
Not even an American white girl. Like it's just like nothing. Like she don't even have that in her. You know what I'm saying? Like she just is just that's the thing about like,
oh shit.
Even say that. So but that should let you know as a black man, that should have been a light bulb right there. I need to leave her alone.
Yes. Immediately.
I need to leave her alone. You know what I'm saying? So
and see, that's always been my thing, Tease. If I was in a relationship with a female, like that's a deal breaker for me. If you put your hands on me or like you like real abusive, but not on a physical part, but even like verbally, no, we cool. I'm cool. I don't care. I don't care if you drain my dick 3 times a night. We cool. It ain't worth it because if I gotta put my hands on you, first
or
of all,
if you're ruining where I'm trying to go, like that, you have a plan for your life, and if you have to tell the woman that you're with to do like that, this is what needs to be done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the woman you need to be with.
No, you don't, bro. You
Now,
don't.
think of it,
Don't need
her
her.
whole career was basically gone. How many bags was dropped just because of this situation? And she attacked you, and she was arrested, and she didn't even get charged.
She didn't even get charged.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I think black men sometime in Hollywood, again, people that are disconnected from the culture, they forget, you know, what really how racist, you know, America is. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? And
Facts.
that's
Facts.
just whether or not how much you loved her, you know what I'm saying? I know quote unquote love is blind, but
Yeah.
you know, it ain't though. And the court system.
It ain't not, not in the court system.
It's
It's
not.
not.
Yeah.
And I feel like, yeah, I think he's learned a lesson. I don't think he's gonna double back to that delegation anymore. I mean, I think
It'll be a long time before he do it. I should say that.
if he do, but she's gonna have to be a little different. That's for sure. Maybe she'll be American this time. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But I like Megan with him. I like that. You know, she's older.
Yeah.
I like that.
He needs that he needs some stability. You know what I'm saying? So,
I like that.
I ain't mad at Megan as a 42-year-old woman, you know, who's, you know, she's done enough to where, you know, she don't have to. And how do we know that the pastor wasn't, you know, a butthole?
We don't know.
We don't know that. We just assume because he's a pastor that he was this good guy. We don't know that. He could have talked down to her every night. We don't know that.
He could have at night. After he leave the pulpit, he probably could have.
Yeah, we don't know.
I do know this. I feel like the way they separated and ended it, you could tell it was like, you know, applicable. Like they agreed to do that. Yeah, they agreed to do that. He never slandered her. She didn't slander him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it was just, maybe it was just time. You know,
maybe they've exhausted, and you know they you know, maybe it just ran its course. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it ran its course.
Yeah.
And I know one thing, Megan Good, I don't know if she can be no preacher's wife. Megan Good probably want to drink that Remy and shit.
She was, you know. I knew that they were probably on the outs when I started watching Harlem.
Oh yeah,
she didn't her husband because she wasn't doing stuff like that she wasn't doing like sex scenes and
none of the roles.
Like, she wasn't doing that when she was with him. So I was like, oh, she must be on the prior.
Yeah. She must be getting ready to be single. Yeah.
That's what I figured it was something going on now.
Well, John, man, we wish you luck, man. Get your business, your movies back together, bro. We want to see you out there on the screen, man. Because one thing you can do is act, brother. John, you can definitely act.
He's a good actor. He's
a real good actor, John. That school has done you well. You have really studied your craft.
Yes,
you're good at acting, bro. I will.
One of my favorite movies that has become one of my favorite movies is The Harder They Fall. And
I gotta watch it. I still haven't watched it. Bro, I gotta watch it.
I'm gonna need you to watch that ASAP. Like it's a black western, but I watched that movie. I just love seeing black people in power. And I just love seeing like twists on certain stories. You know, we don't see a lot of black westerns where they don't have black people that's, oh yes, sir. You want me to go ahead and shout?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, master, you want me to do like it ain't none of that in that.
Ain't none of that. Okay.
Dude.
Ain't none of that going on.
Ain't none of that going on. When I tell you they in there blowing white folks' head off from the goat.
For real?
Yes.
I gotta watch that.
Good. It's good.
Moving on to tell the people what Angela Bassett just accomplished.
Well, she's been accomplished. But the Oscars, they had some kind of like little award ceremony recently. And they gave her basically an honorary Oscar. And so she finally got her Oscar, which I'm happy for her, bro. But I'm a little.
You're a little pissed off?
Yeah, because I'm like, she don't need no honorary award. She's better than a lot of all these other actors already.
Ooh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like her not getting an award for What's it got to do with it?
Yeah, that was bogus.
Her not getting the award for playing Betty Shabazz.
That was bogus too.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's. I can think of if I really go look at her work, I know I could think of some more where she absolutely killed those roles where she should have gotten the Oscars for. You know what I'm
She
saying?
did good. She really did good as Betty Shabazz, bro.
Man, listen. You
She
know what I'm
really
saying?
did good, bro.
That's
Yeah.
why, bro. I have a certain. I almost have like a little, not disdain, but I don't. Sometimes like I don't really care about some of the award shows because I feel like they don't understand Black culture and they don't honor us the way they should.
No, they don't.
You know what I'm saying? So I
They
didn't.
don't.
Yeah, that's what happened though. But what was? Did you see it? Did you see her accept the speech and all that stuff?
I didn't see the speech. I only saw the infamous picture of the kiss. So I didn't really get a chance to see the speech. But I'm sure it was powerful.
God, she looked good.
Listen, man, her and another vintage sister that looks good. What's my man Corey? Not Corey. What's up? Vanessa Calloway?
Oh yeah, she looks great.
She
Yeah,
looks great too. Like
Mhm.
they really look good.
Yeah, they listen when they be saying black don't crack, they mean that.
Yo, that's real. It don't
Yeah,
crack,
yeah,
and they walk in evidence of that.
yes.
I'm happy for Angela Bassett. She's one of my favorite actresses. She's been in a lot of movies throughout time, and
Mm-hmm.
she's really good. She's
Stella,
really
how Stella
good.
got her groove back.
Yeah, she's
Wayne
really.
Tail. Yeah, the Jacksons. I forgot she played.
She was what's her
Hey,
name?
Katie Jackson. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like she had, especially like in her early run, like she killed a bunch of roles that
Mhm.
she didn't get the just due for. So it's time they gave it to her, but I don't like giving them honorary stuff. Like she should have got it when because I don't know too many who was really better than her doing Betty Shabazz. Like
She
really,
should have won. That honorary shit feel like participation trophies in sports.
right? It does.
Like she deserves the fucking trophy, the Oscar.
Yeah.
She's got movies out there where she's been great in.
Mm-hmm.
She damn near looked like Tina Turner. She sounded like
She
Tina
got it
Turner.
down. She got it down.
She did that role, like she did that shit. So yeah. Shout out to Angela Bassett. You know, one of the queen. She was hell. She should have won it in Wakanda. The fucking
She did. Was a queen mother. Yeah, she killed it. So.
Claudine Gay. That's her name, right?
Mm-hmm.
She resigned as the president of Harvard University. She's the first Black president. Mm-hmm. All because of, guess what, people? Her comments about the war. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows this is a hotbed topic. Mm-hmm. You know, when you talk about the Palestinians versus the Israelites. You know, you got to be careful how you say it. You got to be careful who you pick, what side you pick, because if you pick the wrong side, you're pro this, you're pro that, anti this.
It's bullying.
It's very much bullying.
It's bullying, and that's what they did. They bullied. They didn't feel like she was giving enough support for Israel in her comments, and this billionaire who donates to Harvard basically put pressure. Then they made up this story. They made up a story. They lied and said she plagiarized. And
they did. Yeah,
ran
they made
this
that
narrative in the ground, and it turned out to be a lie because she missed some citations on papers from the 90s. This the best y'all can come up with. You know what I'm saying? It's the best I come up with. When the lady, the billionaire's wife, the one who was the main one trying to talk about to get her out of office, the billionaire's wife was actually found to be a plagiarism, meaning you actually took somebody else's work and named it as yours.
Plagiarism.
Claudine didn't do that.
The essence of the word, right? Plagiarism.
bro. I'm gonna tell you what makes this scary, and people need to pay attention. And this needs to not be overlooked, is because the Republicans have, for the last few years, have successfully turned back time on a lot of issues. They are trying to do everything they can to control and to continue white power, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a attack on diversity. It's they started with the CT, the critical race theory,
Yep.
CCRT, and
Yep.
making up stuff as ways to not teach Black history. So then it was diversity and inclusion. So now we're going to go after diversity and inclusion. They tried it with those Black women and they fund, because they were backed by Chase and saying that you can't have that it's against the law to have to give money to Black people. Like, they trying to find all these things to dismantle Black structures, to get rid of Black history, to get rid of women. You know what I'm saying? It's dangerous, and we have to be careful. These other politicians that are backing this stuff, bro, they got to get out of here, because it's been successful. This Black lady didn't do anything. Didn't do anything. She did not deserve the pressure to be stepped down. You know what I'm saying? Because of a white billionaire that's mad because they want her to be on Israel's side on this issue, and even though she tried to stay neutral with it, but they don't want neutral. They want, if you're not saying you're pro-Israel, then you're the devil. And that's not like. That's just not that's just is wrong. It's absolutely wrong.
I had to read up about it because I had been seeing it on timeline or whatever. And once I read about why she's resigning, the first thing I said, "Oh, they forced her out."
Yeah.
They forced her out. And the Republicans are trying to get everything back the way they want it to be.
Yeah, they want to maintain the white power structure.
And if you don't look like them,
if
you don't look like them or what they believe, they don't want you there. And now we're talking about schools. Now you watch the news, Yale, Harvard. Why do you think affirmative action has gone away?
Mm-hmm.
Because they want these schools that they came from to start looking like them again.
I say this, bro. Take it. Have it. We have HBCUs. We had it, bro. We had all Black communities, and we thrived, and we were fine. We had our Black doctors, our Black dentists, our Black hairdressers, our Black
Yeah, we had all that.
We had our own communities. So if y'all want to be by yourself, I don't think Black people care. Just don't bother us. We don't need another Tulsa because we have a thriving Black community. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. We don't need another Tulsa.
You don't want us around. So when you have your own community, then we have all these instances, these riots. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want us, then leave us alone. But they want to destroy it. They don't want us to have a thriving community. They don't want women to thrive. They don't want Black people to thrive, and they want to keep it subjugated. And it's a white male thing.
Yes.
A white male thing. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, some white women who married to them, they don't get it. You know what I'm saying? But that's why the feminist movement really started, was because
I'm sick of it.
They didn't have no voice.
No, they didn't.
You know what I'm saying?
And now you see it's loud.
It's weak to me. This is one of the most. I don't think people see it's the seriousness of what's going on. Like, we get caught up in this other stuff, but I feel like this is something big, and this is like why our kids, bro, more than ever before, Black people, teach your kids Black history. They is not gonna learn it at school. And what they aren't gonna learn, they're gonna learn the watered down, safe version. We have to tell them, like, you have to teach your kids. You have to make them read the real history, because they're not going to learn it. And if you have a flawed history, then that makes them, that's why they feel inferior. You know what I'm saying? That makes them, act out a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're raising kings and you're raising queens and you're raising educated Black kids, I feel like we would be better off as a community.
I feel like you have to raise your kids to have a knowledge of self.
They have to.
You have to raise them to understand that you don't have to use king or queen. You can use whatever you want.
Sure.
I like king and queen. I like that, but raise them to understand that, hey, your life means just as much as his life.
Absolutely.
Your life means just as much as her life.
Absolutely.
And at the same time, with that being said, value everybody's life.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Value it. If that brother, if that young man looks like you, y'all figure out a way to do something in common to build instead of destroy.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we need to go back to doing is building.
Yes.
Building. Because I don't even have to do the whole 2-parent home thing. It's still some righteous sisters out here, strong sisters who can raise strong boys, It's still some righteous brothers out here who can raise strong women, strong girls. But you have to teach them when they're young that I'm worth something. Yeah. I'm black, but I'm still worth something.
Yeah.
I can do the same thing that you can do. I can be better at it, but I can build my own. I can
absolutely
all that. But like you said, that's knowledge of self.
That's knowledge of self. And it's not like we have to understand, we have to teach them the history in the sense that our history didn't start when we got here. Okay. History of Black people, colored people, African, whatever you want to call them, people indigenous to that continent, that did not start when we got to America. You know what I'm saying? No. So, because they'll let you start when it comes to Black history in schools, it starts at what? Slavery. With the Mayflower, you know what I'm saying? And if you think that's why kids don't want to think about that. Like they don't want to think about being no slave. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to think about it. You know what I'm saying?
That's where it starts.
But it didn't. But it didn't though. But it didn't. We were doctors and we were scientists.
There were really kings.
There were queens. There were doctors. There were scientists. There were mathematics. The continent of Africa had so much wealth, so much knowledge, like so many things, so many the first universities, you know what I'm saying? So many first written books, record and stuff like that. All that stuff was in Africa, you know what I'm saying? But they don't tell you that. So kids shy away from it. But I mean, we can go on and on, but I think
we go on and on.
It was just bogus. It was just bogus what they did to her.
Yeah, it was bogus.
Harvard is weak, and I feel like our super smart Black people, like I get like Harvard is one of the most prestigious schools in the world, not just the United States, but sometimes I feel like when they weak like this, we have to do stuff. We say about this is the union I'm talking about, bro. Like collectively, maybe we should stop going there. What if all our super Black students went to, Howard and Campton and, Jackson State? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if we all took our money there and didn't have?
I would love that.
And it shouldn't be like that. Harvard is a great school. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a school that it's revered, like I said, around the world. You know what I'm saying? And so,
I love to see
go there. You should go there.
I love to see brothers and sisters who go there, young brothers and sisters who go there because they're phenomenal students.
Sure.
I love for them to go there and be in those classrooms.
Absolutely.
With those, and I'm gonna say this, with those privileged white kids who come from money, who if they dropped out, daddy and mama's trust fund is gonna be good. So I love to see
who didn't get there off of academics.
Exactly. So I love to see those young brothers and sisters be in those classrooms.
It's smarter than anyone.
Smarter than at MIT, doing their thing at MIT, get out of there and then go into the world and just I like that. So I get what you're saying about we can do that at the HBCUs. My only issue with HBCUs, and I'm gonna continue to have this prayer, they need to have better structure.
For sure.
They need to have better structure.
Though, bro. It comes with money.
That's what I was going to get to. Money. That the people who are in charge, and it's not all HBCUs, but the people who are in charge need to do better with the structure.
For sure.
Because if you want these kids to go to these schools, to go down there, you cannot let these kids get down there and you tell them, A, They don't have any housing for them. B, their financial aid didn't go through yet. You can't do that.
Or they
You
can't get there, and then they got, rodents infested. They
Yeah,
like that's terrible.
infrastructure. You can't you can't preach. You can't recruit. You can't say come here, and then when they get there, all those things happens because what that does is now you're giving me this sour taste as a parent who has to pay this money. You're giving me a sour taste, and now I have a lack of trust in your institution.
Yeah,
And when I can just say he can go to University of Illinois Champaign, I don't have to worry about this.
right.
And that's why I want our HBCUs to get better with that, because like you just said, not everybody can go to Hampton, not everybody can go to Morehouse, not everybody can go to Spelman. I'm just naming the schools who got some of their shit together.
That's but
But
that bro. It's the but it's because those schools have a lot of celebrities tied to there. So
right,
just like
right,
Harvard and Yale and all them, so they got big donors.
right.
And so they have the money. And some of the HBCUs can probably be combined. Like all of them, you know what I'm saying? Like we had to have them back in the day because they wouldn't allow us in the other schools. So my thing is, if the other schools are back on that, then now we need to be restructuring our
We
HBCU,
do need to restructure it.
provide that same education, that same challenge to our students. If affirmative action is not going to be a thing for us to get into school, because we affirmative action is necessary because we know it's going to be fair. But if Harvard and Yale and Princeton, if all of these people who are pushing for no diversity and no inclusion, if they think that we're in a post-racial America, I say let's see.
Let's see if it really is exist.
Let them have their all white
Yeah.
school.
Let's see if that really is post racial
No,
America.
it's not. We know it's no such thing as post-racial America. It will never be.
Well,
It will
this
never be until
this
till the world end and it started over on this land. It started America as we know it, not when the people that were here, not when the natives were here, but when we got here, when Europeans stepped foot on here, that all changed.
people until people really understand what the word racism really means, it'll never change. And like me and you always talk about, we can be prejudiced all day, every day,
Mm-hmm.
all we want. But the racism is much bigger than
Power.
it's
It's
about
power.
power.
Yeah, it's power.
Power, power, power.
Yeah,
It's about power.
yeah.
It's like Dr. Umar said. I want his when he, by the way, great episode with him and Joe Budden on the Joe Budden podcast. It was great. A lot of
Mhm.
stuff I didn't agree with, but a lot of stuff I did. But
Yeah,
like he said, people would rather have the power than the money.
for sure.
White people will rather have the power and the privilege than the money.
Mhm.
Why? Because they can control everything.
Yeah.
They can
Chris Rock,
control it.
one of Chris Rock famous jokes, he said that. He said
Yes.
he
Yes.
talked about how the difference between being a rich black man and he said, I'm a rich black man. I'm one of the best comedians in the world. My neighbor is a dentist.
It's the dentist. That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? He was like, do you know, me being as rich as I am, there ain't a white man in this room who would trade places with me.
No.
And he's 1000% right,
And that's the realest.
because being white in America gives you power.
That's the realest.
Just
Like
from being white. You
I've
gotta do
got
nothing but just be white.
I've got white friends that I've known for a long time. Do I think they're racist? No.
Right.
However, I do know, probably to themselves or whoever they're around, I know they wouldn't trade places with me.
Heck no.
And it has nothing to do with my financial background or whatever. It's about the simple fact they don't want to deal with some of the things that they know I've dealt with, or black
Absolutely.
people as a whole. And
Absolutely.
that's and I understand that, because goddamn it, sometimes I wish I can use a privilege to get something for my family. I
Yeah.
think that'll be great, but this is the world we live in.
Mhm.
Power supersedes anything.
Absolutely.
Everybody knows that.
Absolutely. And people need to just stop acting like it ain't a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's I don't know, bro. It's
It's
just
real. It's real. And if all you gotta do is open your eyes, you can't go around here thinking kumbaya to every fucking thing. This shit is real. It's real.
it's real in the
It's
field.
real. It's real in the field. And that's why I continue to listen to people like the minister, some Dr. Umar a little bit. Like I continue to listen to those people because at the end of the day, if you just open your eyes and you keep watching what's going on, you see all this stuff. It's really happening.
Yeah.
Racism is racism is not like it was when it was just okay. You look outside, you see a cross burning in your house. Now they're doing it other ways.
Yeah, it's not blatant.
I make $180,000 a year. You mean to tell me I can't get a home loan?
Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me what company just got put on blast because of they found that their loan rates were different for people of color.
Was it Fidelity?
It was some big huge banking company that they got put on blast recently before the year started.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember which bank it was.
I can't remember what it was, but they did a whole investigation about people.
Maybe Bank of America or U.S. Bank, one of them, my baby.
I forget what it was, but it was Navy Federal. Black people.
Yeah.
Navy Federal's huge now. We ain't talking like no little mom and
And
pop.
black people swear they be on when they got Navy Federal account, Joe.
Navy Federal was literally telling black people who had the same credit score as another white person, no, we're not going to lend you this loan for whatever reason.
And it's crazy because there are like in certain communities, predominantly white communities, where white people, when they can't pay the mortgage no more, they just leave. And it'd be a $2 million house. They just leave, pick up and leave.
Just leave. Yeah.
So what makes us more of a threat for, you know what I'm saying, loan default than anybody else?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
It's like that movie. It's a never-ending story.
It
and so again, people, as we wrap this up, just be conscious. I ain't saying you got to be the most wokest. You got to get your damn locks in your hair. You got to wear Ishimiyaki, all that. But just be conscious and just every now and then read a little something, watch something that'll stimulate your mind. We ain't nothing wrong watching Tubi movies, but watch a good doc.
It is so far watching Tubi movies. I watched my first Tubi movie.
Yay! Way to go, Tease.
We're watching Tubi movies.
Tease, come on home.
I ain't mean to cut you off, bro. I'm sorry, but yeah,
come on home, Tease.
I just watched my first Tubi movie. Let me tell y'all, it was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. It's entertainment. I can see how people watch it. It's entertaining, but it's like funny. Like it's just I can't believe I'm sure. I'm glad it was only like an hour long because I'm thinking if I would have watched a little bit more, I would have definitely fried some brain cells. I felt like, you know what, just
yo, on some real shit. On some real shit. A few months ago, I went down that Tubi rabbit hole. Listen, Joe, when you get done watching Tubi, you're gonna feel slow.
For real.
Because that acting, Jesus Christ.
It's horrible. They'd be like, why you do that to me? Put that down. I'm like, that's the best we could do. Give me my phone. I just tried to call him and he didn't call me back. What?
That's how the acting is. And don't let nobody get shot.
Bro, that was it. They get shot. It don't be no blood, Joe.
No blood.
Yes, it's just like a pop, and they'd be laid out like
it's
like The Awakening.
Yes.
Yeah, it's that bad. It's really bad.
It's hey, Tubi going strong though. Like, man,
I'll be like, are they? And me like, at least for this movie, as horrible as it was, it looks like they use a good camera. Because some of them be using their iPhone.
Some of them cameras is bogus as fuck.
Some of this movie, well, at least they had a good camera. So
the last thing about Tubi is when some of them damn love sex scenes,
it'd be funny.
The women have on a full bloomers, full panties, and dude just be going hard, just rocking. I'm like, no, what?
Yeah.
Oh man. Anyway, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
They definitely do that. It's horrible.
hey.
I swear, Tubi has got to be funded by all like I feel like it's funded by like drug dealers.
From Detroit.
These movies, yeah, this is like drug dealers that's got their baby mamas in the movie, and they strippers. Like this is what they look like. They's all like ex strippers in drug dealers.
All from Detroit.
All from Detroit, yeah.
God damn. Shout out to Detroit though. I love Detroit. I love Detroit.
I got
Shout out
family
to
in Detroit. Detroit is like those are cousins. So.
Yeah, I love Detroit. Yeah, Detroit is our cousins for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
But hey, episode 93. It'll be available for y'all probably Friday morning. Y'all can actually listen to the episode because it's gonna be a big snowstorm on Friday. So just stay in the house, pop on the episode, you know what I'm saying? If it come on when you drop it on YouTube, drop it on the TV, you know, drink you something to drink, get you your favorite drink, listen to the pod. We're gonna make y'all laugh. We're gonna talk about some real shit, but we on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Subscribe. Next week we're gonna have a guest for y'all. One of the homies who got a movement going. We would have had him on here tonight, but you know, schedules got a little crazy. Everything is just nuts right now. But we back, and we'll be back again next week. I'm Coach Mo. We got Tease, and hey, ladies, 2024. Remember, it's not about how you start; it's about how you finish.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Get that head
and get that bread.
I'm out, Joe. I'm out. I'm out, Joe. See y'all next week.